This is the cipher, and these are the panelists. African versus Caribbean versus British.
I'll say from African, is it me not?
Everyone's African comes innately. I went to Jamaica earlier this year, and I know I'm Jamaican. They don't look at me as Jamaican.
Yeah. I don't like people just wearing a dashiki and wearing stuff and just saying, yeah, I'm African now. That's very fake to me.
You protect people want to claim a car, some superior, something.
This being from the circle, and you, the audience, you fit in the circle.
Why are black people 3 times more likely to be diagnosed with COVID-19? Is a vaccine the solution? Is it possible to strengthen your immunity to this virus through natural means? Are we really in the midst of a pandemic? All this and more addressed as gotkushTV presents how to boost your immune system in the COVID-19 era. For this exclusive live web event, gotkushTV have brought together an illustrious lineup of holistic health practitioners, including Stephen Sali of the Mariandina Foundation, Ikong of Eat to Live, Not to Die, Kensu Imhotep of the Naturally Holistic Wellness Group, and Leah Salmon, the Naturally You Coach, taking place Sunday, the 25th of June, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. GMT, broadcast live on gotkushTV. Tickets are half price until the 15th of June. Get your tickets now from gotkushtv.com. How to boost your immune system in the COVID-19 era. This is an event not to be missed. gotkushTV. After a stellar 2019, your #1 black conscious media platform is getting ready to go into overdrive for 2020. As we promised last year, we launched The Inside. We premiered the pilot for the Black Group Economic Show. We dropped 2 new seasons of Wordsmith, the #1 platform for artists with a message in the music. We've seen you out on the road, the Black Carpet Awards, the Reparations March, the Legacy Center of Excellence, and more. We brought you Dr. Mumbi, the legendary Bob Andy, Queen Diambi, Kemi Seba, Esther Stanford Hossein, Leo Mohammed, Brother Leader Badaka, and more. And now, 2020 is set to see gotkushTV taking it to the next level. First up, look out for the official launch of the gotkushTV website, your official portal for all things GKTV, including new shows, news, views, and reviews, soon to be serving you with advertising opportunities and the launch of the GKTV African market. gotkushtv.com will also be a global hub for all things black, conscious, and empowering from all over the black world. Black achievers, black excellence, education, health, positive black imagery, entrepreneurs, black brands, and charity work. All this and more can be found here at gotkushtv.com. Then there's the new shows. Decipher, the dynamic discussion and debate show. Health is Wealth, practical tips for living in wellness. Kush, Communiversity, home of Black Warrior Scholarship. And UK Fire Entertainment, bringing you a slew of music videos for your listening and viewing pleasure. Look out for more of The Insight, Wordsmith, and the full 3rd season of the Black Group Economic Show, all coming your way soon. As always, the GKTV film team is available for hire to cover your events and all filming needs. Visit us at gotkushtv.com for hire inquiries and more information. Stand by all black businesses through our website, social media, and show content. We have monumental advertising, sponsorship, and network opportunities catering especially for you. gotkushTV is about to take off. To join us for the ride, there's 4 things you can do. 1, subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell to make sure you don't miss a release. Join us on all social media and hit up gotkushtv.com to subscribe to our mailing list for exclusive opportunities in the near future. 2, like. Let us know you're feeling our content by hitting that ever so important button of approval. 3, comment. We want to hear your feedback on everything we're putting out, so make sure your presence is felt in the comment section. 4, share. Spread the word by hitting that share button and exposing your circle to the magnificence that is gotkushTV. We look forward to building with you throughout 2020 and servicing you with high quality black media production. gotkushTV. Beyond discussion, beyond debate, we put the power in black media.
My name is Yemaya Amani Sankofa, and I am your host for Decipher, the home of conscious conversation. My name is from 3 African countries, first being Nigeria. It's a derivative of the Yoruba tribes, Orisha, Yemoja, and it means goddess of the ocean. Amani means peace in Swahili, and Sankofa is from the Akani tribe in Ghana, meaning go back and fetch or go back and take. It's essentially an Ashanti proverb, which means it's not a bad thing to go back to the past, to learn so you can move forward to the future. I'm a domestic and sexual abuse specialist. She's also an aspiring entrepreneur, making moves to get off the foundation for good. So as a Pan-African woman, I identify as African. However, I also proudly embrace my Caribbean heritage, born to Jamaican parents. So I therefore identify as African Caribbean. I've been born and raised in London. I cannot authentically say I have a single strongly held opinion, because if you know me, you know that I have quite a few opinions. However, I can say that I am very passionate about Black love, Black families, particularly within the institution of marriage. And I'm also quite passionate about the education of our children in terms of there being a system in place by us that facilitates the teaching and the schooling of our children that are in line with their cultural and emotional needs. Anyone that knows me knows that I love open conversation, I love a good debate, I'm always into having deep conversations, and because I'm quite opinionated, I'm also quite positive. I feel that I can have a balanced perspective and share the opinions of others. So I feel that I will bring that kind of balance to the show. I'm able to relate to a lot of people from different walks of life and people from different parts of society. So I feel like I can get along with anybody. So that is what I bring to the show. Today I have brought a Tibetan singing bowl. This item is meaningful, particularly for today, because it is in Note G. Note G stimulates the throat chakra, which stimulates the attributes of self-expression, communication, and speaking one's truth. So as it's a show about meaningful conversation, I thought this will be the item to bring today. I also use it to meditate and cleanse my crystals and cleanse the atmosphere as well.
Microphone check 1 2, microphone check 1 2, microphone check 1 2, microphone checking 1 2. Greetings, kings and queens. You're in tune to gotkushTV, your #1 black conscious platform coming out of the UK. My name is Shakara, and we want to say greetings and welcome to everyone locked on right about now. As you know, kings and queens, you ain't got nothing if you ain't got Kush. Well, as you come through, like the video and make sure you raise the profile of this video in the land of YouTube and the whole internet, kings and queens. We want to big up everyone looking in from all about everywhere. Big up to Nero Dynamite, Miss Amelia in the building, Authentic Tunes, Lead Clinton, Veli of the G Block is in the house. Bigging up Karima, locked in, locked on. And you don't know, kings and queens, many. Oh, Planter Johnson's in the house, Conan Lee, C4 Blaster, and many more to come. Yes, indeed, kings and queens, you don't know we are here. And you've seen the trailer for the show that is coming up, Decipher, being launched on Monday, the 29th of June. Preliminary to that, though, kings and queens, we have how to boost your immune system in the COVID-19 era taking place on Sunday, the 28th of June. And the day before that, this coming Saturday, is all about the Black Pound Day, kings and queens. The Black Pound Day. The initiative was launched by Swiss of the Soul Solid crew, and you done know, kings and queens, at gotkushTV. We had to be hot on the post of that initiative, so we will be broadcasting our Black Group Economic Show live all day from 12 p.m. kings and queens on Saturday, the 27th of June. So do stay tuned for that. Log in, come join us as we profile the experts. As we profile the experts in economics, the scholars in Black business. We're going to be speaking to some Black businesses and bigging them up and showing them some love. We're going to be inviting you on to come and speak to us and let us know about your favorite Black business, buy from a Black business, review a Black business. On Saturday, 27th of June, it's all about Black business right here on gotkushTV. It's all about group economics. As you know, kings and queens, we have been hosting this particular show ever since lockdown, and because just true say it's lockdown don't mean so we pop down, because we name gotkushTV, kings and queens, and that we're upon. And we want to make you know that today, yes indeed, we have a very, very special guest. We have a very, very special guest. This guest, to use the word legend, is not an overstatement. It's not hyperbole. To use the word grassroots is not hyperbole. It's not an overstatement, kings and queens. To use the word staple, to use the word someone who exists in the heart of this culture that we call hip-hop and Black activism is not an overstatement, kings and queens. It is not hyperbole. So I'm going to bring him through to you right now, and I want you to welcome the one and the only, the man all the way from the legendary brand Nubians. He goes by the name of Lord Jamar. Greetings and welcome to gotkushTV, Lord Jamar.
Peace, peace, peace.
Right, we can't hear you. We can't. Oh, we got you. Okay, all right, we got you. It's like your sound. Yeah, your sound is delayed, so it's like 2 seconds after you speak, we're hearing you. If that makes sense. So we'll work with it.
Okay.
Sometimes it catches up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yours is right on time on this side.
Yeah. So that's cool. We can hear you. Family, let us know if you can hear Lord Jamar loud and clear. And make sure you share the link far and wide as you come through, kings and queens. You done know. We want to say, first of all, it's a pleasure and it's an honor to have you on gotkushTV, my brother. You know what I'm saying? You're a stalwart in the thing. The legacy is strong. And man grew up to the music. Yeah, my uncle passed me bare brand Nubian CDs back in the day still. You know what I mean? So we give thanks. Yeah.
Respect. I remember coming to one of the first big shows we did in the UK back in the days, was at a spot called the Fridge. Remember the Fridge?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was,
yes, sir.
Ask anybody that was at that show. They're gonna be like, "Oh man, the king was rum." You know what I mean? Oh man, it was crazy. Yeah, man. Love for the UK.
Give facts, and you know, for those who don't know, the Fridge nowadays is called the Electric or something like that in Brixton. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Back in the day, it was called the Fridge. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's some history right there. But you know what? We'll get into this a bit, because like a lot of when you listen to people like Chuck D, they always speak about as like the conscious element within hip hop, the love that they got in the UK, yeah, and there's something going on there. So we're gonna get back to that in a second, Lord Jamar. But when we start, we've been asking everybody first and foremost what their general thoughts and views and feelings and opinions are on this whole period that we're in at the moment. It's a broad question because so much has happened. But when we started, it was just about COVID and lockdown. Now it's about Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and so many others. So just in general, like starting with the COVID thing, what's your thoughts and your feelings on the now? And you know, like what the government and the media is telling us, and how you would respond to any of these things.
I mean, you know, if you know me, you know, one of my themes is to not take things on face value. You know, not take the information from your enemy, especially, and take that on face value.
Yeah.
So that being said, you know, from what I've been able to research and study on this whole COVID-19, this is some bullshit. You know, this is a pandemic. This is something to, it's more about controlling your behavior, basically. You know what I mean? It's about seeing how many people they can control at one time, and make them do the same thing for a false premise. You see, we've been taught so many things from a baby that is false, but in the world, it is known as a fact only because a bunch of people agree upon it. So the reason that you even believe that you can catch something is because of a false premise that was given to you as a child. This shit has been going on way longer than any of us have been here. These lies have been perpetuated. So when you hear things like evolution and you hear things like, you know, a guy named Louis Pasteur, you know, who's one of the main proponents of why we feel we can catch things. You know, we don't know about another guy named Beauchamp, who basically taught the opposite of what Pasteur taught. You know, Pasteur felt that everything was coming from the outside, that viruses came from the outside, where Beauchamp taught that viruses are already inside of you and they get activated by certain things. So, you know, to make this long story a little shorter, I think it was wickedly wise for when they unleashed it, because guess what? When you go from one season to another, people get sick. People get sick naturally. And so now to make the symptoms so mundane and so regular schmegular, you know, and now I can just die. I can just tell you, you've got something you don't know, because knowledge itself is not just about knowing your history. It's about really knowing yourself. And if we truly knew ourselves, we'd know that you can't catch no shit like this. And we wouldn't have to be modifying our behavior. And then we'd have to really be questioning, so why are they doing all of this? Why do they want me to stay inside?
Interesting, bro. Well, you know what? Let me just say this to the family. If you want more information from a medical researcher's point of view on that, you can go back in our quarantine convos where we spoke to brother Keely Obi Awadu, aka the Conscious Rasta of Black LIB Radio. And he was breaking down some information for us there. Check it out. He leaves sources and things that you can search up for yourself and look into. So check it out, family. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is power. Knowledge is most definitely power. But bro, as we know, and we're getting the reports, you know, that New York, where you are, has been hit quite heavily with everything that's been going on. And the lockdown has affected you all seriously. So I want to know, like, on a personal level, what have you been doing to make the most of this period of lockdown and can't go nowhere and them something there?
I mean, you know, just on a personal level, I've been doing a lot of like projects in the home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Things that my wife been trying to get me to do for a long time, that, you know what I mean, kind of was just sitting there and it's like, all right. You know what I mean?
Yes,
sir. Now she home and all this, so it's like, I'm not gonna have you nagging me all day. So let me put up that backsplash in the kitchen. Let me fix that light, you know, over the dinner table or whatever, and install those new fixtures and stuff. But also a personal thing that I'm trying is to start a garden. Okay. Start growing some vegetables, because guess what? You know, this man could close his supermarket at any moment. And what we gonna do? You know, we got to get back to and that's another form of knowledge of self. You know what I mean? How to get back into the soil, and everything we need is right here. Like they make you feel like you need money and blah blah blah. You got to race for all these things, but really, all you got to do is plant some seeds in the ground, tend to it, and you could be eating. You know.
Sir.
But this is something that I've never done before, so I'm experimenting with that.
Yeah, man.
I'll keep the people posted with my progress on that. You know. But yeah, little things like that, you know, as well as, you know, messing with some music and stuff like that. But I kind of jam myself up because I updated my Mac to an operating system that some of my stuff doesn't support, and now I'm kind of stuck. I'm trying to go back, and it's not so easy. And now I got to get new interfaces and all this crazy stuff.
All right.
But yeah, I got some revolutionary tunes on deck too, though.
We look forward to hearing that, bro. We look forward. Just Lord Jamar, or is there a brand Nubian in the waking?
You know, there could be some things happening. I don't want to get people too excited, but either way, we'll be happy.
All right. Well, we look forward to it, bro. We look forward to it. And so in saying that, we just want to big up Grand Puba and Sadat X, you know what I'm saying? The whole brand Nubian family, you know what I mean? We love that still. You get me? We'll get back to that in a second, yeah. Just to do with some stuff from the current moment, though. And by the way, Kings and Queens, do stay tuned. You will get your opportunity to interact with Lord Jamar in a sec. So do stay tuned before we, we'll get to you in a second, all right? Now, when it comes to obviously everything that we're seeing at the moment, yeah, because a lot of people are making this statement recently about you know how it goes, bro. Whenever one of us gets killed in this kind of way, they dig into the person's past and they find something that is not too glorifying, and use that to justify what has taken place. Yeah. And a lot of people are saying that at the moment. But then it's not just George Floyd, it's Ahmaud Arbery, it's Breonna Taylor. Brothers have been killed over here recently in police custody as well. Yeah. And so but then a lot of people are talking about there's an awakening going on among the people. Do you think that there's an awakening going on worldwide among the people at the moment, or otherwise?
Well, see, before all this happened, there actually was an awakening going on. Anybody that's into, that knows about spiritual things knows that we've entered into what's called the age of Aquarius. So that is actually a time of spiritual awakening and the time of things being revealed. So a lot of things are being revealed at this time. But is what we're seeing around the world right now, as far as all these protests and all that, is that necessarily the awakening? I don't think so. A lot of it seems socially engineered. You might have certain people that have become awoken that are joining this, falsely thinking that this is something that's organic. But all in all, from what I see, they're wanting people to do these protests and these riots in order to give them justification to come in and, quell it all with force, and I think that's what a lot of people aren't seeing. I think certain people are trying to lead people down the path, to a slaughter in the name of, everybody's getting woke right now. But I don't think everybody's getting woke. I think, there's mob mentalities. People just kind of go along, the sheep just go. You know what I mean? So if you lead them a certain way, that's why everybody's screaming Black Lives Matter right now. That's not even our movement. That's a movement that's, and I'm not trying to bash gay people, but that's something that was started by some lesbians that hate black men. They don't want a black man a part of Black Lives Matter unless he's a homosexual or transgender. Okay, then you can be a part of Black Lives Matter in its leadership roles. Other than that, they don't even want you. Go to their about page. See what they're about. They're about dismantling the family as we know it. That's not what black people are about. But we hear screaming Black Lives Matter. You know why? Because they got the most publicity. They got the most media attention. You know what I mean? They got the most money behind them. So, and that's what people have been given. And people are so lazy, they don't want to start their own movement. So they'll just take what they're given right now. And that's what we're going through right now. When's the last time in a real, you know what I mean? in a real movement. You think I don't care who the mayor was. They would have wrote Black Panther Party on the street leading to the White House on a real movement. Come on, stop it.
I hear you. Well, you know what? I was gonna ask you if you're Black Lives Matter or Black Power, but I think you just probably answered that question.
Yeah, I'm Black Liberation.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
Black
yeah.
Lives Matter. That whole name is talking to white people. You're having to tell white people Black Lives Matter. You see, like, and that's why you got a bunch of white people joining in and thinking that they can, like, you know, start to steer things in a certain way because you're talking to them just in the name Black Lives Matter. Who are you talking to? Because we already know that as Black people. So who are you talking to? You see, we need a different BLM, a Black Liberation Movement, okay, where it speaks to Black people about us liberating ourselves spiritually, economically, physically from all of these, you know, we're going through.
Well, bro, let me ask you this, because I know you're underground in New York, and I remember, like, we got a lot of the reports, and we stood over here. Like, you're seeing a lot of protests right now in the UK, yeah, from Black people in the UK. But let it be known, family around the world, yeah, that Africans in the UK have always stood in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in the States in relation to police brutality, because we know what's been going on. We knew about Sean Bell and them kind of things there in the 90s. What's the brother's name who was shot outside of his house when he pulled out the wallet again? Amadou Diallo. Yeah, Amadou Diallo. Yeah. You know, all them situations right there. But when at that time, like, the people that were
African brother.
Yeah, from the continent, from West Africa. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to them situations there, the people that we were connected with were grassroots Black Power organizations. You know what I'm saying? Khalid Muhammad was on the scene, and the man them that was surrounding him, and so on and so forth. So in New York right about now, because a lot, like you were saying, Black Lives Matter is getting all the publicity, but are those grassroots activists or the children of those grassroots activists still underground right now, or have they been displaced and replaced by, especially because, like you're saying, there's a lot of non-Black people out there, even over here, you know what I'm saying, in the UK. So are Black people still at the forefront in the leadership, in control of the movements over there, or have those Black organizations been displaced?
I mean, I think the people that's been doing what they've been doing are still doing what they do. You know what I mean? But you know, just like hip hop, like there's always gonna be some good hip hop out there. But what do you see in the mainstream? So what's being pushed to you is, you could have a bunch of people making great albums, but you're not going to necessarily hear them because all that's being pushed to you in the mainstream is, you know, the equivalent of a BLM. You see what I'm saying? So we're on gotkushTV, right? So, you know.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
All right. So that being said, you know, I feel like it's the same kind of way with people that's been out here doing the work for years. You know, they're not going to necessarily get noticed for what they've already been doing for the longest, you know, because they might not be necessarily out there, you know, with the signs and, you know, breaking windows and all of that. They, you know, they got programs and stuff they've been putting together for years. You know what I mean? And now, but they don't have the same financial support that a BLM has. And that's another thing we need to get into, is where is that money going to? These people don't even have a physical headquarters. I think we need to follow the money, see where it goes.
Where have your investigations into that taken you?
It goes to a lot of politicians and stuff like that. You know, they go, when you donate to them, it goes to something called Act Blue. And then when you look into what Act Blue spends their money on, they spend their money on different politicians, basically in the Democratic Party and stuff like that. So, you know, and that's just one of the trails that the money goes to. But, you know, so I'm saying, if I was donating to Black Lives Matter and I thought that I was You know what I mean? That the money was going to the liberation of black people, and I find out, wait a minute, that shit just went to Bernie Sanders. Like, I didn't necessarily support Bernie Sanders. You know what I mean? But yeah, you do if you just join in, and you also support the destruction of the family as we know it, of the black family as we know it. You support the queering of the movement. That's their words. That's what they called it.
Yeah.
And these are the things that you unwittingly support if you say that you're down with BLM, Black Lives Matter. So I'm hoping that, and see, I'm sure they already got BLM trademarked, so that if we tried to come with Black Liberation Movement, they would try to block that. But fuck them. That's what we're coming with. A Black Liberation Movement.
Most definitely. Well, let me ask you this then, because as well, like, you know, when Amadou Diallo happened, Talib Kweli got together with Mos Def, got together with Sporty Thieves, and a number of other, you know what I'm saying, got together with De La Soul, and they did this song, and so there was obviously a relationship between the movement and the music, at that time. You know what I'm saying? You know, there was like Ice Cube was on the scene. Obviously, there was Chuck D. There was others. There was a close connection between the artistry and the movement. Do you believe, or do you see that connection as the same? Has it evolved, or has it degenerated in this day and age?
Oh, it's definitely degenerated. This is why the movement is not as organic. You see, like when the LA riots and stuff happened, that was in the backdrop of all those type of artists that you were talking about. You know what I mean? Public Enemy, Brand New. These were when people, even the gangsters, had a degree of knowledge as far as who they were as black people. And a surprising degree, because when I went out there for one of the first times and ended up going to Grape Street, Jordan Downs, where they shot Menace to Society, and we out there with all the gangbangers, and you know, we out there talking, and we find out, wait a minute, these guys aren't as savage as they're portrayed in the movies, that these guys really have some black love and some black education, and just because they got a jerry curl doesn't mean that they don't love black people. You know? And so I was educated to that. And but again, they were educated because they had people at that time giving them education. That's why we was able to go out there with no bodyguards and none of that. And we out there with Bloods and Crips. Well, really, we were Crips and Bloods, because the guys who invited us were Crips. But we were out there with the Bloods as well, together. No problems. This is in Watts. And it was just black love, and that's because they listened to Brand Nubian. They listened to you know what I mean? Poor Righteous Teachers, X-Clan, you know what I mean? Public Enemy and the like. Today they don't have a lot of those type of examples. They don't have that type of, you know, mouthpiece, because we had the bullshit back then too. We had people talking bullshit, but we had the balance. It was balanced out where you had different types of hip hop. You had the conscious rap, you know, comedy rap, gangster rap. You know, you had the different. Now it's like 3 different kinds of hip hop that you find. You know, drug rap, you know, prostitution rap. You know, you know.
Yeah. I hear you.
Gangster killing, drill music, like it's not much, and none of that exists in a conscious space. So now the people that are listening, you are what you eat. So now if all you're doing is ingesting, you know, that degenerative message, then you're gonna have degenerative results, you know. So that's where we're at.
Yeah. My brother M.A. Brown in the chat just mentioned another group called Mood, and their album Doom. I believe they're out of Cincinnati. That's who DJ High Tech used to produce for back in the day still. So we got M.A. Brown. You don't know. But yeah, family. But you know what it is, Lord Jamar, I get the impression though, cause you will get people saying stuff. Like obviously the people that people mention all the time is like, you know, Kendrick, and J. Cole and that. But I don't
That's
get
it. That's the only two they
that's
mentioned.
they mentioned, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get the vibe that there's a like where when you saw X Clan, you knew they were on road, you know what I'm saying, with the brothers, yeah, like in the movement, you know what I'm saying? Black Watch was a thing, yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you saw Brand Nubian, you knew that the 5% Nation was a thing, yeah. Like I don't get that vibe, even from a lot of the artists that are saying stuff, you know what I'm saying? We enjoy what they're saying certain time, but I don't get the vibe that they're connected to the groups and the organizations and the institutions on the ground. Am I correct?
Correct.
Right.
And not that I even thought about this, but now that you pointed out, yes, there are more individuals. There are
Right.
individuals who have an individual point of view, but they're not necessarily connected to any type of substantial movement that gives them more power. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's something that, you know, record labels and the media that be wanted to happen as well. You know what I mean? Because they saw, you know, that's why they kept a group like Brand Nubian down. Like they tried to say we never even went gold. And I know that's some bullshit. But of course we can manipulate numbers through computers. I can put in a program that stops your shit at a certain point. You understand what I'm saying? Because had we went gold or platinum, that would have gave us more political power. And you don't want a group, they didn't want a group like us to have that type of political power. They want the ignorant groups to have the political power so they can steer you in an ignorant way. If I would have had that political power, I would have still steered you in a more positive way, and they can't have it. That's not good for their bottom line.
You know, I'm gonna ask you another question inspired by Chuck D, yeah, because Chuck D always talks about groups, yeah, and the power of groups, as in music groups, hip hop groups.
Yes.
And he believes that the industry has basically destroyed groups, yeah. And so all of these groups that we're mentioning, you know, were developed out of movements and schools of thought and ideologies. Like my question is, how tight knit and closely related were the groups, these conscious black groups in hip hop back in the day when you was at, let's say, your height? And are you connected in any way now? Is Brand Nubian and X Clan and Poor Righteous Teachers and the Bomb Squad and I'm saying, are you not connected in any way at the moment?
Yes. I mean, when you still were able to, damn, my battery's dying. I need to plug in or something.
Plug it in quick, bro. Find the power, bro.
How much longer we have?
We got, so we planned for an hour and a half, so we got at least 45 minutes. Let's put it that way.
Oh, shit,
at least 45 minutes. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. I'll cover in the meantime. Do your thing. I'll cover in the meantime.
Well, Gil, let me answer your question, and
all right,
cool. I'll go get my plug. All right. Yes, when we were doing shows and stuff like that, you know, we were doing quite a few shows with like, it would be like Brand Nubian, Brother J, you know what I mean? Like, because sometimes the whole group doesn't exist anymore. Like X Clan, you're not going to get a full X Clan.
Yeah.
Get Brother J, do shows with Wise Intelligent, you know what I mean? I just had Keith Shockley from the Bomb Squad. He came on my Godcast, you know what I mean? So we, you know, we all got love for each other and come together when we need to. But I do want to say that, yes, not even just conscious groups, but groups, period, were some of the best hip hop that you ever heard came from groups. Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash, the Sugar Hill Gang, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest. Like these are groups. But at some point, you know, when the business came in, you know, people start quarreling. You start to see, wait a minute, I can make more money at these shows if I didn't have to split it this many ways. I could just have it all to myself, like a, you know, some sort of hoarder. And that's what led to, you know, and then you got people in your ear, yo, you know you the nicest one in the crew, right? Like, you know, everybody really want to hear you, right? A word, yeah, I'm gonna go solo. You know what I mean? Like, and it was that type of divide and conquer. And now you be hard pressed for groups. Now when a group comes out, it seems like, oh shit, that's different.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
everybody was solo for a minute. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's solo. Now, now to the point where who's your top 5? You know, they're talking about solo artists. They're not talking about groups or artists.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up because I remember the Godcast episode that you did when you and you and Radiga were going through this, the top 5, and you made a point of saying, well, why don't we ever put groups in the top 5s? You know what I'm saying? I think you went through your top 50 groups on Vlad. You know what I'm saying? But this is it's such an important conversation because like Pos, the Noose, and them kind of things, they would never get into a conversation because he's so much associated with a group. Up until the other day, not even Black Thought was often in the conversation, even though he was a sole MC. But because he's associated with the group, people are not seeing him as the individual, if that makes sense. And now he's killing every mic that he touches. Well, he's always been doing that, but with more eyes on it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, yeah, man. So yeah, it's an interesting point. It's an interesting point to make, you know. You're gonna no problem. So yeah, so let's let us know when you're back. Kings and Queens, we are live with the legendary Lord Jamar from the one and only brand Nubians. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's an honor and a pleasure to have the man on stream. We're gonna be taking your questions. You're gonna be able to come through live and interact with Lord Jamar in a sec. I got like 2 more questions that I got to ask the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, we'll come to the audience in Kings and Queens. So just stay tuned for that. Check out gotkushTV.com. Make sure you check out gotkushTV.com. It's going to be a massive weekend. It's the Black Group Economics all day, live all day, right here on Gotkush TV on Saturday. Then we got how to boost your immune system in the COVID-19 era. And then following that, it's the launch of our new show, Decipher. And we're all this week, you're going to be introduced to our cast for Decipher. Yeah, so all of the cast members, every day of this week, you're gonna get a video whereby we're introducing you to our beautiful black cast. And when I say to you, I mean beautiful black cast, I mean them look good. Yeah, like there's bare melanin in the cast, and there's bare, you know, black people, black opinions, black thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a mad thing, Kings and Queens. So we look forward to dropping that show on you. Stay tuned for the first episode coming this Monday. You have to make sure you know go on. Yeah. So you can start posting questions in the chat if you want to right now. I won't be asking them until after my next 2 questions, and then we'll get you on if you want to interact with Lord Jamar, as I'm sure many of you do, Kings and Queens. We want to make sure that we spread the love and, you know, give our greats their flowers whilst they're alive and with us. You know what I'm saying? We've lost a number of people of our greats, you know, in the last few months, Kings and Queens. Bill Withers comes to mind. Little Richard comes to mind. Brother T.Y., a UK hip-hop legend, yeah, passed away, and his funeral, the date for his funeral has just been announced. It all still hurts me right now, you know, Kings and Queens. Ty was one of my favorite artists. I've been listening to Ty, you know, you get me, like since, you know, my early manhood, you know what I'm saying, and followed his music and his development. And so to hear of his passing is just a lot, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, we want to just big up the people them that we got in our midst on these planes. In that spirit, I want to big up Omar, UK soul legend, you know what I'm saying, who's been keeping things going, you know what I'm saying, like in terms of his live performances and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, yo, if you have not seen Omar live on Facebook or YouTube, check it out right about now. Just go Omar Live Fook, yeah, and check out what Omar is dealing with, because whatever Omar is dealing with is good music, my G's. It's good music. And right now we have another legend on gotkushTV, and that's Lord Jamar from Brand Nubian. And so we want to pay homage to Brand Nubian, to Lord Jamar, but to the whole era, yeah, that was representing at that time in terms of giving us music that was edifying us as well as making us nod our head. You know what I'm saying? And it weren't just the words, you know, family, like the beats, like there was something spiritual, yeah, in the boom bap. You know what I mean? Like there's a spirit in the boom bap that it's a unique thing. You understand? And so there was an energy revolving around that time. You know what I'm saying? And the brothers and the sisters who were very much engaged in it, you know, we just got to honor them And Lord Jamar is one such individual, and it looks like he's back with us with the power, you know what I'm saying, to keep the conversation going. You cool, good? You good?
I'm good now.
All right, good. All right. So I got two questions. I got a question for you, yeah. How in tune with you are you with like UK rappers?
Not at all.
Not at all. All right. So we need
Not
to change
really.
that reality. Right, not really. All right. So I know there's many out there that are gonna want to make sure that Lord Jamar gets a knowledge here of UK hip hop. Yeah. So if the people wanted to send you some serious, like, and I don't mean that I'm an artist, check out my thing, but this is what represents UK hip hop. What would they do, bro? Like, how would they get in touch and say we want to send you Kalashnikov and Ty and MCD and Roots Maneuver? What would they do? Because we want to educate Lord Jamar about UK MCs.
I mean, shits. Only send me the good shit, though.
Most definitely.
I don't want to swim because I don't want to swim through any bad hip hop. I don't care where it's from.
I know, bro.
It's not like I got something against UK hip hop.
Yes.
You just
I'm don't know
over there.
Yeah.
They don't play that over here. You
Yes,
see what I'm saying? And I haven't been over there in a while.
Yes.
You know, one of my guys, Poobah, his passport is no good. So it's like unless you want to just bring me and Sadat.
Yeah. That's how it goes, bro.
Over there really like that. So
well, we might have to do that. We might have to make that happen. But I tell you what, in the chat, yeah, for everyone listening, name a UK rapper that Lord Jamar needs to look into. Yeah,
that's fire.
You know what I'm saying? And we'll make sure
the kind of beats that I would listen to.
Yes.
Not trying to sound like he's from America.
Nah.
He's educating on me on the life of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fam.
Somebody young and black, or it doesn't have to necessarily be young, but just black people over here. You know what I mean? In the UK, like, let me know what y'all are going through. Like,
yeah, man. Well, we got to say you because there's two main genres of rap over here, yeah. And like, so you got there's rap, hip hop, yeah, but then you also got grime, yeah. And so we got you both of those, you know what I'm saying? So let's name them and we'll make sure that we send them to Lord Jamar. And
yeah. Oh, y'all got my email.
Yeah. We'll send it over to Lord Jamar. We'll send a list of the names and we'll make sure. Like, so people are mentioning Akala. You must know about Akala, though.
But send me the link. Don't just send me the name.
I'll send you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Akala's obviously one. There's Phoenix the Ice Fire. There's Little Sims, yeah. Who now, as I mentioned, Little Sims, I got to challenge you, Lord Jamar, live on because we're on gotkushTV, right? You
Little Sims,
yeah, it's a woman MC, all right. So we got to challenge Lord Jamar right now because Lord Jamar has made some inflammatory statements in the past about not the validity, but whether the man them are gonna really listen to female MCs like that, right? So I want to mention a few names to you right now, yeah. All right, and I want to see what you're saying about these female MCs. All right, you got to agree with me that now. Right, the first name is the obvious name. I'm gonna mention Rhapsody. What you saying?
She's cool, like she's cool, but I don't listen to Rhapsody as a dude.
All right, so let me ask you this here. Back in the day, you said you used to listen to Lauryn Hill because that was different. Right. Why listen to Lauryn Hill and not?
Hold on, and MC Lyte.
And MC Lyte. Why?
Because MC Lyte was when hip hop was first. Oh, and I listened to Salt and Pepper, some of them.
Yeah.
Like, not their whole album, but they had good songs.
Some songs,
that I would listen to.
Yeah,
but it was different back then. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was different because the girls didn't rhyme so much about being girls either.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Salt and Pepper did. They was the first ones, but Lyte, I don't know. She was like a little street, like one of those little hood girls that you grew up with. That's why you kind of could listen to her because she was almost like a tomboy in a way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I'm saying like what's the real, like what is it that Lauryn Hill has that you can listen to her, but Rhapsody is something different for you? Especially because like Rhapsody straight rhyming, whereas Lauryn Hill was doing a lot of singing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of those rhymes. So what was the difference in Lord Jamar's man?
Maybe that she was doing a lot of singing. You see what I'm saying? Maybe I didn't want to hear a girl doing a bunch of rhyming.
All
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Especially
All right.
when they try to act like yo, I'm gonna go so hard where I can rhyme just as good. You know, when they try to act like I'm gonna go out my way to prove that I can rhyme as good as a guy like that. I'm not here for that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this though,
care
Lord
about
Jamar. I'm gonna say this though. Rhapsody will wash like a lot of male rappers right now that are out right now.
Probably
Per
will,
generation.
because they all rhyme like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Like, yeah, we probably will. Because
All right,
motherfuckers are not rhyming out here right now.
I hear you, bro.
But
Yeah,
let's keep it 1,000.
yeah,
If you put a rapper that's at that level,
yeah.
a male rapper that's
Yeah.
at that level of it's not gonna be equal. It's not
Let me
gonna
check.
be
I'm gonna
equal.
say
There's
this.
a-
I'm gonna keep it
there's a
moving, bro.
male equivalent to a Rhapsody out there.
Yeah.
He's gonna wash her. I'm sorry. It's just.
I'm gonna just say this,
it
Lord
is.
Jamar. I'm disagreeing with you, Lord Jamar. And this is
Okay.
my evidence. This is my evidence, yeah. On Rhapsody's album, not the last one, the one before it, she's got a song with Kendrick, but she's also got a song with Blackfoot. She holds her own on both songs. Yeah.
But
On
did
neither
you watch
song.
them? You say hold
No,
on.
no, no,
hold.
no,
Did
no,
you
no, no, no.
watch them?
I'm not. No one's watching Blackfoot. That's just not. There's no universe in which Blackfoot gets washed. But I'm saying,
Especially by a female.
But Blackfoot washes practically everybody he stands on a beat with. Yeah, and I'm saying I know some respect. I ain't gonna call no names. I know some respected male MCs who they didn't sound as good as Rhapsody did next to Blackfoot.
I feel you.
You get me?
But see, again, you're talking about just skill too.
Yeah.
See, that's my thing too.
Right.
I'm not one of these rappers that I'm gonna love you just because of your skill.
Right.
It's your content.
Right.
It's who you are.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That matters to me.
Okay.
Like how you're presenting it.
Okay.
All of that matters to me.
Okay.
And if you can rhyme really good, that's great. But
Right.
I don't need you to be the fucking most wittiest fucking rapper.
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
you to be able to get your message across,
Yeah.
and it has to resonate with me. Now,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, 9 times out of 10,
Yeah.
I'm gonna resonate with a man being a man
Yeah.
before I resonate with a female. That's just me.
I think that's understandable. I'm gonna give you.
It's not hating on the females. People want it to be that. But
Right.
that's not what it is for me.
It's
I just
relatability.
would rather hear
Yeah.
a male do the same thing. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna attract. If you put the two together,
Yeah.
and they're both just as good, I'm gonna go with the guy first.
Yeah. Yeah. Man,
Now,
here.
I might listen. I'll probably listen to Rhapsody before I listen to Little Yachty. Absolutely, absolutely, I would do that. You see what I'm saying?
Most Def,
But-
I hear you. I'm gonna give you one more name, then we're gonna try to open up the lines here. Are you familiar with Sa Rock?
Of course, I've done shows with Sa Rock. Now,
Right.
Sa Rock.
Right.
Sa Rock, I've actually listened to Sa Rock shit before,
Okay.
and I enjoy Sa Rock. Sa Rock is one of the few female MCs that someone like me
Yeah.
could actually listen to.
Okay. All
Shout out to Sa Rock, the MC.
right.
I fucks with Sa Rock.
Goddess MC. Goddess MC.
Goddess MC. But
Mhm.
there's an exception to all rules. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's always an exception to the rule. And yes, she's one of them. Good. I'm surprised. Well, no, I'm not surprised that you know her.
No, you can't be surprised,
I'm
bro.
glad you know her. I'm glad you know who she is. Because a lot of people don't know who she is. But
Definitely.
I've done mad shows with Sa Rock. She know what time it is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, cool. We're gonna bring on a few people to speak to you, Lord Jamar. So,
Yes, sir.
Kings and Queens, you can join the conversation right about now. The link is in the chat right now. The link is in the chat right now for anybody who wants to come through
shit.
and ask Lord Jamar a question. You know what I'm saying? Bring the heat, but also bring the respect, Kings and Queens. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure you get me. But whilst they're coming through, Lord Jamar, though, yeah, because I wanna appreciate the space that you hold in the culture right now. Yeah. And I say, because in our spiel for this particular show, we said Lord Jamar has gone from being a member of one of the most legendary hip hop groups to being arguably one of the most important voices in hip hop commentary in today's world. Yeah. And I want to know, do you appreciate or understand your positioning at the moment as a cultural, not cultural custodian, in that respect, and the impact of keeping a certain kind of voice out there for the people?
Absolutely, I do. I mean, that's why I started doing it. It's because, like, you know, sometimes it's like you look around and you waiting for somebody to do something, and you like, damn, I guess I got to do it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I have the privilege of, don't mind those dogs in the back. I have the privilege of seeing hip hop from its infancy, knowing what it's truly about, living all the elements of it. You know what I mean? Breathing it 24/7. You know what I mean? I was a DJ. I did graffiti. I did the breakdance shit. I the MC. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me about this hip hop shit. So, but I'm not the only one, but I'm from a certain era that is so authentic that you can't tell us nothing. But they try to silence our era. They try to silence people like me because they don't want you to know what real hip hop is. They don't want you to know what a lot of real shit is. But when it comes to this hip hop shit, they want to be able to tell you what it is, tell you what the rules are. Yet they weren't there from the start, and they don't really even know the rules. So I come as an authentic hip hop voice, not only somebody that watched it happen, but actually participated in it at a high fucking level, okay? To where I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I've done it with Brand Nubian. I've done it with Dead Prez. I got an artist right now named Stove God Cooks, who's getting ready to kill the game. I know what I'm talking about with this hip hop shit. I'm a hip hop scientist. Therefore, yes, I understand that voices like mine are needed because, you know what I mean? They try to, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They try to shut us up and act, oh, he's an old head and all this other shit. Like, nah, I don't allow none of that to stop me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about the ones that, you know what I mean? I'm not here for everybody to like me.
Most
you know what I mean? I'm here to deliver knowledge to my people that it resonates with, period.
All right, family. We got 3 people so far that want to interact with you, Lord Jamar. So we're gonna bring them all through right now. One by one. So keep your mics muted until I get to you, if you please. If you will, thank you very much. And the first one was Witness. Blessings, Witness.
Hello, peace, Shakara, peace, Lord Jamar. It's a pleasure to hear from both of you, especially Lord Jamar. Been watching you a lot on DJ Vlad. I used to listen to your music back in the 90s, which is what I actually wanted to ask you a question about. Back in the 90s, I took it for granted that I would hear Brand Nubian. I would see women like MC Light, women like Roxanne Shante. I would hear the message from X-Clan. I would hear the message from Public Enemy. But then after a while, I didn't see you guys around that much. I started seeing NWA, 2 Live Crew. I started seeing Biggie Smalls, started seeing Tupac Shakur. The music changed. The image of black women changed. Women were half naked, licking their lips. It wasn't the same as seeing, you know, someone like Queen Latifah talking about ladies first. It wasn't the same as MC Light. So what I wanted to ask you, the reason you guys, your generation or your group were no longer popular, was it because there was a conspiracy within the music industry, or was it because your music was just no longer resonating with the black folk out there? They wanted to listen to what's her name? What's the lady who used to date Biggie Smalls? Lil Kim. They would rather listen to Lil Kim than listen to MC Light. They would rather listen to Biggie Smalls than listen to X Clan. They would rather listen to Two Live Crew than listen to X Clan. Maybe their music just wasn't resonating. Maybe it wasn't a conspiracy. Maybe the music just wasn't resonating.
Or the conspiracy is what caused things not to resonate. Do you understand? The fact that they started steering things in a certain way, because we were still out at this time. Plenty of groups were still out doing their things at that time. If you look at an album we have called The Foundation that we did on Arista, that's arguably one of Brand Nubian's best fucking albums. That's the one with Don't Let It Go to Your Head on it. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, production-wise, rhyme-wise, all of that shit was great. But the type of things that were going on at the time, yes, it didn't necessarily resonate with the people anymore because the conspiracy had already taken hold. They had already steered the shit down a different road than we were steering it down. So by the time we regrouped and came back out with our shit and a super strong album at that, it was like, yeah, they ended up going with the song that sounded kind of partyish, which was Don't Let It Go to Your Head. And fortunately, we had a message in that song, but, the sound of it was more of what was going on at that time. And I guess that's kind of why that resonated with people at that time. But I hear what you're saying.
Thanks very much, Lord Jamar. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time because I know there are other people queuing up, but that was basically it. I just wanted to know whether you thought it was a conspiracy or the music, but thanks very much for your...
It's both. Yes, sir.
It's both. All right.
Yeah.
I'll leave you guys. Peace and take care.
They got witness. Yeah, I'm just thinking about what you said in terms of this. That was it. Don't Let It Go to Your Head. It was the sound of the moment. That was the Diddy era. So everybody was remixing them 80s soul. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and it had that party feel to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we were still, they would have talked about Don't Let It Go to Your Head. Oh, I got mad jewels. I got diamonds. You know what I mean? Like, they would have leaned into it in a different way. We came into like, don't let that shit go to your head because, listen, that's not what life is about type of shit.
Yeah, man. M.A. Brown.
M.A. Brown.
It's the wrong time to say, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Huh? What happened, Reggie? Yeah, right. Big up, Lord Jamar. Enough respect, my brother. Enough.
Yeah.
You know it is. My question, I've been trying to phrase it in the background. So basically, I'm of the opinion, that no matter who I love hip hop in it. The host here knows how much I love hip hop in it. I'm of the opinion that obviously, given the tools at hand that hip hop artists were kind of offered by big labels and whatnot, trying to get their messages across to as many people as possible, signing obviously record deals and distribution deals and whatnot. I'm of the opinion that there's always something for me to critique in that particular structure and that particular system, be it that every single artist that I love has contributed to one of these major labels' success, right? Now that we're in 2020, and I'd like to get your opinion on the importance of distribution and how it's changed. Do you think that there is an excuse, other than the money that's pumped into music videos, do you think there's a need for major label collaboration for new artists? We got artists like Kendrick and all these guys obviously having a massive amount of money pumped into their promo things and whatnot. But is it possible for us to still run things without major label collaboration?
Yes, it is. It'll be a harder grind. You know what I mean? Like, people just don't want to do the hard work. You know what I mean? You don't want to do the shit that you got to do to get to the point where you could be the major label. So yeah, they want to get out fast. They want to take some fast money, and they know that, and that's why the labels keep winning, because they're able to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Keep capturing slaves who are trying to run run away from the plantation. They catching them. These are the slave catchers, you know. But yes, it can be done right now. You know what I mean? I got an artist right now. He don't have no real, he's not signed to no major label and all of that, but he's starting to gain traction. Complex just wrote about him, said he's got one of the top 50 albums of the year so far. And that's just a dude that just put it out on his own. You know what I mean? Like,
let me ride off the back of that then. So we know that Black Star are coming out with a new thing, and one of the comments that they made recently.
Yeah, sorry.
They're coming through, Lord Jamar. Yeah, they're coming through. I don't know when. Is it this year?
It's supposed to be this year. It's supposed to be this year. But you know what? Sorry, I'll just say when it comes to Black Star though, because I've heard this before, but this one sounds more sure than all other times. But yeah, Black Star will tell you that they're coming out of a meeting, and all 5 years later, you're still waiting for it. But yeah, anyway, go ahead. There,
nah, it's definitely coming from what we
yeah, it looked like it.
But yeah, one of the comments that they made the other day, Lord Jamar, was that the project is ready to go. They're just looking for the best deal. I always hope that people, well, specifically them two guys, would be pioneers in moving away from that particular system. There's other rappers that we know that have done that, but those two, I've been waiting. I mean, you know, when Talib came out with why did I forget the name of his
Blacksmith, and then Javotti Media.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good text, man. That he would move away from that system permanently. Same way when Most went to, when Yassine when Yassine went to South Africa, I thought that was it for him. I thought he was going to take a completely different direction. I don't know whether, you know, money permitting, the money issue. I don't know, man. But yeah, cut a long story short, you know, would you say that is an opportunity for them, being that they have the platform that they already have, being that all of us that have been waiting so long for this album to come out, that this is an opportunity they need to grasp with both hands to do it without a major label?
I mean, I think that would be great if they did that. You know what I mean? But again, you know, it all depends on what kind of, you know, work you want to put in. You know, I don't know. I'm trying to put something together right now, though. You know, I'm trying to put something together, kind of what you're talking about. I want to have something where conscious artists can come. You know.
And that's kind of what we're doing at gotkushTV. I want to ask you a question. Scribble, I'm coming to you. Just bear with me a second. I want to ask you a question off the back of that, Lord Jamar, yeah? And it might require you to be self-critical. Looking back at that community of groups back in the day, yeah? Who was I listening to recently that was speaking about this? Wiley, yeah. So we've got a UK legend over here called Wiley. He's like the godfather of what they call grime in this country, and he was saying that he's looking at his generation of artists and the youngers, and he's saying that really his generation should be bosses, that they should be moguls, and they're not, because at that time they weren't thinking about controlling the business and the industry of the creative product, yeah. Looking back on the era of the 90s and those groups, in hindsight, do you think you lot should have done more to organize like industry, the community around the art and the industry a bit more, for the sake of having something substantial for this generation? Or is that an unfair question to ask?
Well, it's not you know, like you said, hindsight is always 20/20. So yeah, we probably should have done some shit like that, but you know, how many 21-year-old kids do you know that are like, like doing shit like that? Like who are just seeing money for the first time and traveling for the first time. You know what I mean? People knowing who they are for the first time outside of their neighborhood, and you know, even though you might be kicking some conscious lyrics and all that. We still was kids. You know what I mean? Like we still was kids just trying to do the best we can do. And, you know, we didn't have everything figured out. You know what I mean? And this is why they don't want you to connect with your elders. This is why they want to have a disconnect between the generations, so that you won't have someone like me to give them game. And that's another reason why I've been doing this. We're starting to do this. I said, because the young the kids under me need to hear what it is for somebody that really knows.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to hear that straight from the horse's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And stop letting them tell you what it's about. Have people tell, oh, hip hop's not about that. Why are you saying that? Hip hop, you don't fucking know what hip hop's about, motherfucker. You wasn't there.
Yeah. Real
How
talk.
the fuck you gonna tell me what hip hop is about?
Real talk. Real talk. Real
Fuck
talk.
out of here.
All right, Scribble, you're up.
Yo, Jamar, what up, man? I'm a huge fucking fan, homie.
What up, Scribble? Thank you for waiting so long. You waited the longest. God damn.
Hey, man, I gotta ask you. I just had 2 quick questions. First, you were recently on the new R.A. the Rugged Man album on a track called The Slayers Club with fucking Ice-T and Onyx and MOP and like just.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering about that. You know what I mean? I love the back and forth with you and Sadat. And on top of that question, I love the 5% album. So I was wondering, you know, after hearing that thing you did on RA's track, do you have any plans on making some new solo shit?
Oh yes, I absolutely do. I said that at the beginning of this whole this whole interview. Yeah, one of the things I started doing again is during this quarantine is messing with some music, and you know, I got this one joint right now that I'm feeling real good about. But I did some stupid shit, and I fucking upgraded my operating system, and it just fucked everything up. And now I got now I got to figure out some shit. But don't worry, it will be solved very soon.
Hell yeah! And how was it working with RA and Ice-T on that Slayers Club joint?
Well, you know, that's it's not like back in the day where everybody would have met up at the studio and all this type of shit. You get your verse emailed to you, you know what I mean? And you do it like that, you know what I mean? Even though me and X was going back and forth, we didn't do that in the same fucking place, you know what I mean? We figured it out probably together over the phone or some shit like that, and then you know what I mean? I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna leave a space, and then you just come in on the spaces, you know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Some shit like that. But I've been in the studio with RA before, you know what I mean? We've known him for years. And you know, Ice-T, I've been in the studio with damn near everybody that was on the record, but not at the time and not to make this record. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
We was on tour with Onyx back in the day. You know what I mean? So yeah. But it was a good experience. And I just wanted to, you know, let people know Lord Jamar don't hate white people. If I did, why would I get on my man's song? You know what I mean? Why would I call him my man? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of people got that twisted. That's why I was kind of stoked to see you were on that record. I'm like, all right, this will shut some fucking stands up for once.
Yes, but they'll probably just ignore that though. They'll edit that out of history. But somebody smart that knows what time it is. Well, hang on. They'll be like, wait a minute. And there's more than that. If you really I got an artist right here from Staten Island that I fucking was producing years ago. Nasty white boy named Conflict. Look him up.
Dope. Thanks, Jamar, man. And love the Godcast. I'm gonna keep listening, homie. Thank
you, man. Appreciate it.
Right,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, family. You know, I want to come to that subject there. This gatekeeper subject. You know, whose house is this? You've caused a lot of beef.
My fucking house.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Our house.
With this statement. But you know what? Like, cause I must have been like the only guy. Like, I was a teenager when Eminem came out, yeah, and I was like the only guy who was like, nah. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's not my thing, innit? Yeah, and it weren't my thing. And like, I ain't into this thing whereby one white boy comes through the thing and he's the best MC in the world and he takes over the whole. I weren't about that life, yeah. And at the moment, at the moment we've got a situation over here because like the #1 hip-hop DJ for the last like 30 years, the same time as that was going on, there's been a guy called Tim Westwood, yeah, and he's getting a lot of heat right now because people are coming from in relation to some pedo activity that he's supposedly allegedly been involved in, yeah. But yeah, so I mean, like, and I mean, I'm not gonna speak to that too tough, except to say my man is dirty, like nasty beyond anyway. But my question to you is, in the same way that you've analyzed and critiqued the whole situation surrounding Eminem, have you been familiar with like Tim Westwood? Like when you come to London, did they send you to Tim Westwood straight away?
Absolutely.
Right, cool.
Of course they fucking did.
Right.
Said for the last 30 years.
Like, yes.
That's what, Tim Westwood. I didn't even fucking know who the fuck Tim Westwood was. Like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking he was like Frankie Crocker the way. And for those of you who don't know, Frankie Crocker was a famous black DJ back in the day on WBLS. So I literally thought Tim Westwood was black at first. The way they used to talk about him so much in hip hop. And then when I saw who he was, it was like, oh wow, like okay, well we here now, like you know, this is what you do, I guess. This is what it is over here. You know, maybe they don't have no black dudes. I don't know, but we ended up doing this shit or whatever, and you know.
Yeah, there were many, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the foundation of UK hip hop is black, but the white boys run it. So I wanna big up like DJ 279, Shorty Blitz, and Big Ted.
Oh, DJ 279. That's
yeah, you know
my dude.
Yeah. You know,
that's
so,
my guy. Like no, like he DJ'd for us when we
right.
Like he was our DJ. He was our UK DJ when we was over there. That's my guy.
Yeah, man. I want to ask you a question on that now because DJ 279 was a DJ at a show that I did. I'm a spoken word artist, by the way. And I'm in a group called Best Kept Secret. Dead Prez came over here in 2006 and we opened for them. And to this year is the 20th anniversary since the release of the album Let's Get Free. Yeah, the debut album Let's Get Free. And I found out that the other day and I was like, yo, mad thing. But I know that you were instrumental, yeah, in bringing Dead Prez to us, yeah. And like I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, but I feel like that was the last group that came around that you knew, like when I pressed play and I heard the voice of Omali Yeshatella, like I knew this was real. Like this was like, you know what I'm saying? These people were connected to the movement. I feel like that was the last group that came out on that level, with that level of notoriety and attention that was like that, yeah. But what was it for you, the significance of that album Let's Get Free, and that made you, and that group that made you say, well, you know what, we gotta put them on?
Man, just their spirit, you know, just their hunger, you know, because when I met them, it was outside at a festival. You know, it was outside at a festival, Atlantic Annick, and you know, they ran up on me and they was like, yo, you know, we're Dead Prez, and I'm telling you would like our shit, and you know. And so that day I was, you know, I was just like, all right, fuck it, you know, humor me. Like, let me hear you say kick some shit. You know what I mean? So there was a hip-hop beat playing. Right when I said that, the beat changed and they started playing some reggae shit. And it fucked their shit up, like, you know what I mean? Like they wasn't prepared to rhyme on no reggae shit. Like, and they was like, oh fuck. But then it was like something about, I don't know, it was something about Stickman that day. Like, so look in his eye, he was like, yo, I'm telling you, his look just said, I'm telling you, if you give this a fucking chance, we got some shit for you. Right, so we exchanged numbers. And then now, did we exchange numbers or did I take their number? I forget. I probably took their number because I probably didn't want to give out my number. Yeah. So now I had to call them, but I did call them. Yeah. And they played me some shit over the phone, and I was like, whoa, okay. These guys got some shit right here. They wasn't polished though. They didn't, you know what I mean? They didn't know a lot of shit. They're 40 bar verses, you know, crazy shit like that was going on. But I saw the potential, invited them to the crib, and we started working. And just, I just knew from their story and their hunger. I said, yo, these guys could be something. And I just seen something in it. And we started working every day, literally every day for a year. And we got signed almost to a year to the day that I met the fucking brothers.
Yeah, man. Big things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well I'm gonna try and organize something to just in that celebration of the 20th anniversary, you know what I'm saying, of that album. Because it's a classic. And I just feel like it should be celebrated like Illmatic should be celebrated, you know what I'm saying? You know, like,
see, what's, not to cut you off, but what's so ill is, and I don't know, you know, we actually discussed this, me and Stick.
Yeah.
There's actually the Let's Get Free that was recorded before they got signed. There's a lot of unreleased classics that you guys never heard of.
Right.
That needs to come out in the world. Like these dudes was doing shows before they were signed to Loud. And they was getting such a big following.
Right.
That's how we developed People's Army and all that. And, you know, there's some songs, Root of All Evil, Mere Coins.
Right.
Listen.
Right.
Those need to come. If y'all heard those, y'all be like, oh shit. But some of those songs made it on to the Let's Get Free that you know.
Right.
There's actually a prequel to that that's very extensive.
Yeah.
We just might do something with one day.
I look forward to it, family. You heard it here first, Kings and Queens. You might get the extended play of the Let's Get Free, the classic Let's Get Free album. You know what I'm saying, bro?
It's crazy.
I look forward to it, bro. If you know what, and if I get like an extended Let's Get Free album and a Black Star album in the same year, I'm good. Like I'm good, you know. I'm good, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, family, this is your last chance to come through. We're gonna be hold on to Lord Jamar for a few more minutes. If you got a question, a comment, or you just want to show some love to Lord Jamar, feel free to come through. I'm gonna ask him a couple more questions in the meantime, and then we're gonna wrap up the thing. But Lord Jamar, I want to ask you a question steering towards the politics once again. Yeah. Now, before lockdown, one of the major subjects on the lips of the election, was reparations. All right, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was talking about reparations, and it was a hot topic, and these kinds of things. Yeah. Now, my question to you is, is the Black community in the USA like in tune with the issue of reparations, like properly enough to put pressure on politicians to make it happen?
I believe it's starting to. It definitely was a hot topic at one point. You know, you have this whole ADOS movement that they're talking about over there, which is, I don't want to get all into that either, but it's a hot button topic. But I don't know if we as Black people, until we get our economics together, you know, if we're ever gonna have enough clout to press any kind of political, you know, to make any kind of political pressure, you know, political pressure comes with economics. And really having a base that's solid and like where people are moving as a unit. Like we still don't have that. You know?
All right. We got another viewer who wants to come through. Greetings, Betty.
Hi, Shaka. Can you hear me? I'm outside.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, Jamal. Big up, blessings. Can I just ask you, as a brother from across the Atlantic, I know as a Black British person in Britain, there's a lot of, I feel like there's a war on Black love, and there's a lot of negative things that are said, and that I know a lot of us are sort of almost like told that we should just integrate, and that if we go and get a white man, you know, racism's going to be out of business. And I don't know, do you feel that same pressure yourself? Because I feel like it's bullshit, and I feel like black love is not celebrated. So I just wanted to know what your feelings were about it being across the Atlantic.
I mean, it's definitely the same over here. You know, black love is not celebrated. They are trying to break up the black nuclear family, you know, whether it be, you know, interracial, you know, couples, or, you know, homosexual, or whatever they're trying to do to try to, you know, stop us basically from reproducing, because that's what all is really about. It's about population control, you know. Integration, though, really doesn't help them, because, you know, a black person and a white person, once they have a baby, that's a black baby. Like so really, but they're promoting it, but really it's not helping them. But yes, black love does need to be celebrated. It is pretty much the same over here, and it's a shame to hear that it's like that over there, you know.
It definitely is. It definitely is. You know what I mean? Is that it, Betty?
Can I also ask, as a musician, you know, like, obviously because of the political climate right now, I was listening to a Nina Simone interview, and she was talking about, you know, how artists must reflect the times that they're living in, and, you know, the blackness. And I feel like, but quite a lot of artists that do that end up getting dropped from their label, or strange things go on. You know, when you were, you know, starting out, or when you were going through your music career, did you have that as well? Were you pressured to ever have your music change, or like sing about stuff that or rap about stuff that you never really wanted to do?
No. I believe, you know, they was kind of scared of us, you know, the record company and all of that. Like they at the time that we got signed, they just wanted to be in business with hip hop, you know. And they were, you know, willing to kind of let you do what you wanted to do. Now, I'm sure they weren't happy with the type of shit. First of all, I'm going to tell you, when we first came out, they didn't even fully understand what we were saying. How about that?
Okay.
Like when we was calling them devils and all, they didn't know they was the devil. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So that was funny too. You know, we used to be like, damn, they paying us to fucking call them devils to their face. Like, this shit is great. Like, you know what I mean? But, you know, and yes, it wasn't until later where people start, yo, you know what they saying, right, in them records. So
to be fair though, Lord Jamar, yeah, you lot did a whole video where you actually put the devil in the video.
Correct. We had a black man in white face, white suit, with a white fucking with horns in his head and all that.
all that.
And MTV was like, oh, we're not playing that. You know what I mean? Like, that's reverse racism and all. It was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So even though we was like, well, then don't play it. The record company was like, nah, we spent our money on that video. We're gonna cut him out. And so that was like one of the times where they kind of overrode us. But the video still had the same message or whatever. So whatever. So they never told us what to sing about. But by us not being as successful as other people that talk about negative shit, that's where they subliminally are telling you should change your shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without directly, because some people, if they feel like they got, you know, because for some artists, they probably would, if they felt like they can do it, they'll go in there and be like, yo, you need to talk about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the motherfucker, okay. You know what I mean? But like they knew they couldn't do that with certain groups. So with us, it was just like, all right, y'all keep rhyming about that, but we're not going to promote it as good as this shit over here. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you, what would you know? Because in the UK, there's a lot of young artists, a lot of young black boys that are trying to use music as a way to escape the ghetto and stuff like that. And some are very quite successful. What would your advice be to them? Because, you know, they're finding that when they're trying to do a concert in a club or a venue, it's getting banned. The police are coming with all these conditions. And I know if you go back to, you know, jazz and like blues, that's what was going on when that started. And I feel like us black people, we don't tell our young of the struggle. We don't tell them that for long, white people been trying to censor black music. The minute the African got out of Africa, they were banning drums. And I feel like, what advice would you be to young people? What would you give them what encouragement would you give them to be able to get through the fact that they're going to try and ban your shit if you start talking some good shit?
You gotta just keep doing it. Like they tried to ban our shit, but you know, we still here. Like, you know what I mean? They tried to ban hip hop and when it first came out and all of that, sending the police to the clubs and you know what I mean? But that didn't stop hip hop shows from continuing, because at the end of the day, love is the strongest power. And if you love something, you know what I mean, it's gonna override everything else. You know what I mean? And love finds its way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just like water will find its level and all of that type of shit, you know?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much,
Betty.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Thank you, Betty.
I've been neglecting the chat, Lord Jamar. You got a few more minutes to answer a couple questions from the chat?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. One brother's asking you, Conan Lee's asking you to explain or discuss 5% religion.
Okay, well, first of all, it's not a religion, it's more of a re-education. Oh, I can see it there. 5% basically is something that was started by a man that we call the Father Allah, back in the mid to late 60s. He came out of the Nation of Islam, and basically his teachings were that 5% of the people had knowledge of themselves and knew who the true and living God were. 10% knew but taught other than that in order to be the controllers of the 85% who were the general population, who were basically ignorant to the knowledge of themselves. So the war is, you know, between the 5% and the 10% for the minds of the 85%. And we teach the black man is God.
Indeed. We got another question here from Nat Nye, who's one of our hosts on gotkushTV for Voice to the Motherland. Nat Nye and Stella B. Check it out, Kings and Queens, Voice to Motherland with Nat Nye and Stella B. He says, we feel Africa is the answer for our liberation, to be connected physically, mentally, spiritually, and economically. What does Lord Jamar think with this in regard?
I don't know what you mean by Africa is the answer for our liberation. Exactly what you mean by that. We are the original people of the planet Earth, my people. You know, and I think we've been told and made to believe that we're from one certain place. We are from all over this planet Earth, my people. But that's a whole that goes back to false premises that were given to us a long time ago. These theories of evolution and all of that type of stuff, that came from a Satanist. Stop it.
Yeah, man. I guess you answered that one. There's another question here, but yeah, I know you're not gonna answer this one. This is too much. It says, ask Lord Jamar his current top 5 rappers, then his all-time top 5 rappers. Can you even answer that? I don't even know if you could answer
my
that.
current Stove God Cooks. My man RJ Payne. Who else?
You have to do some research for the answers to these questions, bro.
Rock Marcy.
Okay.
I like Conway. What was that, 4?
That's 4, yeah.
And my last one for right now. Okay. I'll give you a white boy. Just to shut some people up. OT the real.
All right. Let me see. Content over everything.
Top 5 of all time. Jay-Z. Yeah. Rakim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Ice Cube. I'm trying to round it out. Scarface.
Yeah.
And Grand Poobah.
Interesting. That's it. That last one's interesting still. That last one's interesting. And I'm sure if we ask you next month, you're gonna say it's 5 different people. Where would you put Melly Mel in the mix?
I was gonna say Melly Mel. See, for me, if you've seen other interviews, you can't say 5 of all time. You have to say 5 of each era.
Yes.
Each era.
Yes.
So the top 5 of the original era is Grandmaster Caz, Melly Mel, Kool Moe D. I'm gonna say Spoonie G. And who would be the 5th one of that era? Oh, just because of his impact, I'm gonna have to say Jimmy Spicer.
Okay. It's I know he, but I'm not hardcore familiar with Jimmy Spicer.
Super Rhymes.
Yeah.
And Dollar Bill, y'all.
Right.
Yeah. You know that dollar.
You know what? In looking at the first generation of MC, I'm gonna say this and I'll ask this last question, then we're gonna wrap up here. But one of the things that stands out to me when you look at the first generation of MCs is how much the DNA of the MC was established. Like I used to think like Rakim was probably like the most quoted MC of all times until I really started to listen to Melly Mel, and like everything that this guy said, rappers are still saying it 20, 30 years later. It's mad. Like yes, y'all. You don't stop. And that's all there, right? It's there. The whole template of the MC is there with Melly Mel and the Furious 5, and that whole first generation is and the extent to which a lot of that kind of went down the generations, and nobody knows who said it first. Is crazy,
right? You know what used to be funny? Like back in the days, there used to be a lot of
Yeah.
Ah! like and
the kung fu film, the kung fu film thing.
That used to be the part where you know that the DJ was gonna cut it. They'd have a break.
Yeah.
I don't know the last time somebody did matter of fact, I need to do that. I need to do that on a fucking record. I need to do a record. That's what happened. Just in honor of early hip hop. Somebody needs to do it.
I get you. Content over everything wants to cause controversy. So he's asking this question. I want to know if Lord Jamar views Islam as an Arabic religion or if he believes it's what Africans should join.
Listen, first of all, there's different forms of Islam. We in the 5% nation call what we study Islam, but that's I, self, Lord, and Master. That's a different type of Islam. I think the type of Islam he's talking about is an Arabic religion. But I'm not going to say what people should do. I'm not here to say what anybody should join. I feel like whatever helps you be the best human being and get in touch with yourself, then that's what's best for you. There's
Mm.
not one thing, you know. Everybody has a piece to the puzzle, and you have to put the pieces together. But you know, it's when you think that your piece is the whole piece, that's when we have a problem. You know, I'm not saying everybody has to be a 5%er. Everybody has to be a Muslim or a Christian. You be what you want to be, as long as we can get together as Black people and liberate ourselves, then I'm cool. You know what I mean? I'm cool with it.
Yes, sir. Well, let's end it on this note, Lord Jamar. Obviously, there's a lot of uprising going on around the world, yeah? And coming from somebody who's been connected to the movement at its grassroots for a very long time, what would you say is the next step? Where do we need to go next? Yeah, where would you like to see us taking the movement from the position that we're in at the moment to really trying to solve a lot of these problems that we're in right about now?
All right, well, now we need to take it to serious boycotts, not like one day, Friday, no, we're like, you're picking your companies that are fucking with us, and we're boycotting these motherfuckers forever type of shit. We're shutting them down type of shit. We're taking that money that we've saved from fucking with these people, and we're putting it towards goods and services that we need for ourselves to start nation building. Okay? We need to start really coming together and having the self-economic discipline as well as a collective economic discipline to use our power to really establish and get the things that we want. We need to start separating, getting our own communities the same way there's a Chinatown, the same way I ride through Williamsburg and the Hasidic Jews got their whole sections, you know, where the dollar runs through there for at least a week or two before it even leaves. That's the type of shit we need. And it's not being racist or no shit like that. It's being fucking smart. If this white man, you know, if he was an abusive fucking, if we was in an abusive relationship with this white man, you know what I mean? You tell the motherfucker to get out of it. You tell the motherfucker to save their money and get out of it. And even if they was broke, you tell them to leave, you know, in order to be safe. Well, this motherfucker is abusive as fuck. He, you know what I mean? He continues to kill you, you know, over hundreds, if not thousands of years since he's been exhibiting this behavior. So he's not going to stop. So stop fucking with him.
I hear that.
That's the next step.
I hear that, Lord Jamar. I hear that. We want to thank you for joining us, bro. It really is an honor. You know, like you have to understand where, you know, you must know what the legacy is. So we appreciate you being here. No doubt we're gonna call on you again at some point in the future so we can chop it up. If ever you're coming to the UK and we're not and we're not bringing you, do holler, because we will make sure something happens. And we'll make sure that you connect with the real people underground over here, because we're connected like that. That's what gotkushTV is about. And we appreciate you taking it took a while, but we appreciate you taking your time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Rod Digger. Let her know that Shakira is a fan. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, I will.
Yeah. And yeah, we got a couple announcements of it. So we're gonna let you go. We don't want to hold you up anymore, bro. But thank you very much for your time. We truly appreciate it. Yeah. Peace to the
sure. Yeah, just check out the United Me and Godcast, you know what I mean? And follow me at Lord Jamar on all social media. Thank you, bro. Peace
out. Peace. Kings and Queens, that was Lord Jamar, the one and only from the legendary brand Nubians, one of the stalwart black power conscious groups of our black music journey. I'm one of them guys, you know, like I love black music. Yeah, like I ain't just a hip-hop guy or a reggae guy or a dancehall guy or an original Afrobeat guy or a new school Afrobeat guy or just a soca guy or just a jazz guy or a blues guy or zouk or souk. I just love black music. You know what I'm saying? Anything will come out of the people of the African diaspora, I just love it. I'm in it. I'm just embedded in the whole thing. And so I appreciate the legends and the stalwarts from all of our music genres, especially those that took the time to come with a message, yeah? Giving thanks for everyone saying that they enjoyed the interview. I do appreciate the feedback, you know, Kings and Queens. Like, it's really like important for us to get the feedback in terms of how you think we're doing. Like, good, bad, or indifferent. If you think I'm asking stupid question, Let me know. Say, Shakara, what you ask stupid question for? But if you really feel like man's asking some good questions out here, let man know that too. So big up Kemo, for and I've seen a few others, saying big up for the interview, the questioning. I did say Zook, Miss Amelia. I said Zook. Oh no, I said, you say you know about Zook? Of course I know about Zook. Wait, are you from one of them island there? You're from one of them island there, or are you from like Central Africa or something? What I go on? You get me? Yeah, man, I know about Zook, man. The waistline strong. Yeah, you just ain't seen me at Carnival yet. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, kings and queens, I appreciate it. The feedback on it. That send more. Like in the comment section, make us know like good interview, not so good interview, everything. We want to know the feedback and them thing there. Check out gotkushTV.com for all half Dominican, yeah, Miss Amelia. Why is this thing? Oh, I'm just realizing what I'm going around there. All right, yeah, half Dominican, yeah. All right, cool. Well, like, yeah, man, Soca Frenzy and that. Like, if you ever catch me in Soca Frenzy, just let me know, say your name, Miss Amelia, innit? Because, like, it's a possibility that you might catch me, yeah? I'm just making you know. All right? Kings and queens, this has been gotkushTV speaking to Lord Jamar, gotkushTV.com. Check it out for all things, yeah? We've got a support page right now. You can join the gotkushTV extended family. If you just love gotkushTV and you want to see us make sure that we bring the Black Group Economic Show to fruition, you want to make sure that we're going to bring the Cypher to fruition and Voyage to Motherland and all of these brilliant shows that we have on the ground in the making, you can check out and join the gotkushTV extended family. Check out the little rewards that you're going to receive for that right about now, Kings and Queens. Check out our film services page. We film your events. We film your family occasions, your weddings, and your naming ceremonies. We film your adverts, yeah, for your businesses and all these things. And not only that, we do photography as well, kings and queens. Check it out at gotkushtv.com. Click the link because the services are big, massive, and large. This weekend is a massive weekend. Stay tuned for the trailers, but we also want to let you know that we have the Black Group Economics All Dayer coming this Saturday from 12 p.m. We're going to be live, yeah, in the building on gotkushTV. We're going to be interviewing experts in Black Group Economics. We're going to be interviewing business holders and entrepreneurs in the Black community, and we will be talking to marketing specialists and all manner of different things and movements, kings and queens. We want to let you know about that taking place this Saturday, and we're doing that in support of Black Pound Day that was initiated by the one and only Swiss from the legendary Soul Solid crew. And as I said the name Swiss, check out the quarantine convos that we did with Swiss. But not only that, check out Swiss's latest album, yeah, Isolation and Music. Is out right now. Let's check it out on his band Camp, kings and queens. After Saturday, we've got Sunday, how to boost your immune system in the COVID-19 era, kings and queens. Yes, indeed, you do want to check that out. Once again, gotkushtv.com/events for all of that information. And finally, on the Monday coming, we have the launch of the Cypher, home of gotkushTV conscious, controversial conversation. All of this week, we'll be introducing you to the cast, the panel for the Cypher. So we want to make sure that you're in tune with that, kings and queens. Yes, indeed, we want to make sure that you're most definitely in tune. Shout out to the main list at gotkushtv.com. If you are not subscribed to gotkushTV, subscribe to gotkushTV. And always remember, you ain't got nothing if you ain't got Kush.
This is the Cypher, and these are the panelists. African versus Caribbean versus British.
I'll say from the African, but no, you're not.
Everyone's Africanness comes innately. I went to Jamaica earlier this year, and I know I'm not Jamaican. They don't look at me as Jamaican. Yeah.
I don't like people just wearing a dashiki and wearing stuff and just saying, yeah, I'm African now. That's very fake to me.
You protect people, want to claim Africa, like it's some superior, something.
This being a semicircle, and you, the audience, completing the circle.
Why are black people 3 times more likely to be diagnosed with COVID-19? Is a vaccine the solution? Is it possible to strengthen your immunity to this virus through natural means? Are we really in the midst of a pandemic? All this and more addressed as gotkushTV presents how to boost your immune system in the COVID-19 era. For this exclusive live web event, gotkushTV have brought together an illustrious lineup of holistic health practitioners, including Stephen Sali of the Mariandina Foundation, Ikong of Eat to Live, Not to Die, Kensu Imhotep of the Naturally Holistic Wellness Group, and Leah Salmon, the Naturally You Coach, taking place Sunday, the 25th of June, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. GMT, broadcast live on gotkushTV. Tickets are half price until the 15th of June. Get your tickets now from gotkushtv.com. How to boost your immune system in the COVID-19 era. This is an event not to be missed.
gotkushTV. After a stellar 2019, your #1 black conscious media platform is getting ready to go into overdrive for 2020. As we promised, last year we launched The Inside. We premiered the pilot for the Black Group Economic Show. We dropped 2 new seasons of Wordsmith, the #1 platform for artists with a message in the music. We've seen you out on the road, the Black Carpet Awards, the Reparations March, the Legacy Center of Excellence, and more. We brought you Dr. Mumbi, the legendary Bob Andy, Queen Diambi, Kemi Seba, Esther Stanford Hossein, Leo Mohammed, Brother Leader Badaka, and more. And now, 2020 is set to see gotkushTV taking it to the next level. First up, look out for the official launch of the gotkushTV website, your official portal for all things GKTV, including new shows, news, views, and reviews, soon to be serving you with advertising opportunities and the launch of the GKTV African market. gotkushtv.com will also be a global hub for all things black, conscious, and empowering from all over the black world. Black achievers, black excellence, education, health, positive black imagery, entrepreneurs, black brands, and charity work. All this and more can be found here at gotkushtv.com. Then there's the new shows. Decipher, the dynamic discussion and debate show. Health is Wealth, practical tips for living in wellness. Kush, Communiversity, home of Black Warrior Scholarship. And UK Fire Entertainment, bringing you a slew of music videos for your listening and viewing pleasure. Look out for more of The Insight, Wordsmith, and the full 3rd season of the Black Group Economic Show, all coming your way soon. As always, the GKTV film team is available for hire to cover your events and all filming needs. Visit us at gotkushtv.com for hire inquiries and more information. Stand by all black businesses through our website, social media, and show content. We have monumental advertising, sponsorship, and network opportunities catering specially for you. gotkushTV is about to take off. To join us for the ride, there's 4 things you can do. 1, subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell to make sure you don't miss a release. Join us on all social media and hit up gotkushtv.com to subscribe to our mailing list for exclusive opportunities in the near future. 2, like. Let us know you're feeling our content by hitting that ever so important button of approval. 3, comment. We want to hear your feedback on everything we're putting out, so make sure your presence is felt in the comment section. 4, share. Spread the word by hitting that share button and exposing your circle to the magnificence that is gotkushTV. We look forward to building with you throughout 2020 and servicing you with high quality black media production. gotkushTV. Beyond discussion, beyond debate, we put the power